Hi guys! So today I just wanted to share with you how I do my hair on pretty much a regular basis. It's kind of a beach wave bob that I got going on. So I pretty much just start by sectioning off my hair. I just leave the bottom section out. It's a pretty big section because my hair is pretty short. If your hair is longer than mine, go ahead and section it off a little bit lower than I have it. So I just go ahead and start curling my hair in opposite directions each section I take. I start towards the front. I will curl mostly away from my face, and then after that I just go every other direction. I like the way that creates a lot of movement and body and texture in this style. There's nothing wrong with curling away from your face or in one direction, but that's not the look I'm going for today. So for this style, make sure you curl every other direction. And I leave the bottom part out and the front section in front of my ears mostly because the very bottom portion of my hair is so short that I, number one, can't curl it unless I use a straightener, but number two, you can't really see it in this style, and it helps keep the uniform length that my bob has, because I don't have an A-line. I have just a straight blunt bob with a few layers, so that's why I leave the front part out and the bottom part out, to keep that uniform length. So this front piece, I'm pulling on because it's a little too curly for me. If that ever happens, you curl any section of your hair and it's too curly, just go ahead and give it a tug for a few seconds and to loosen up that curl a little bit. So then I'm just going to keep going around my head every other direction. The higher up on my head I get, I will over direct the hair just a little bit to give it some good body and some texture. And I like to hold the curling iron at different angles across my head. Sometimes I'll hold it down, I'll hold it across, I'll even hold it, pointing towards the ceiling, just to give it some good movement and texture throughout the hair. So as I work my way towards the front, I'll still go and keep doing the opposite directions until I get to the very front. And then the very front section of my hair, I lay the wand parallel to the ground and then I wrap my hair up and around it. So it just lays a little bit nicer, I feel like, around my face, and then I pull that one as well just to make sure the curl's nice and soft around my face. So the next section, pull the next little layer down. If you have thicker hair than me, take smaller sections. If you have thinner hair than me, take bigger sections. I tend to take a little bit bigger sections towards the top anyway, just because I have so much hair. So the curls can be a little bit looser and I can get away with it just fine. And it kind of, you want more of your texture and body to be on the bottom half of your hair anyway. So then on the top section of hair, the higher I get, I will over direct the hair even more. So I'm pulling this hair almost 90 degrees away from my head and then holding the wand at, now it's almost not every other direction. It's just like all different directions with the wand, just to give it some nice movement to the hair. So pulling 90 degrees from the hair, I just wrap the hair one time around the wand and then leave enough hair, about an inch or two of hair at the end of the wand to stay straight at the bottom, so we don't have little orphan Annie curls. Those are totally cute, but that's not what we're going for. So then curling forward and then back, holding that end out, and then this whole section over direct and then up and away, And I just roll the curling iron like that to heat up the whole section of my hair so I don't have any kinks or anything. Just because at the front I want it to be as soft and more soft and seamless than the rest of my hair. The rest of it can be a little bit messier. Still over directing on this side. And then same thing, over direct and then curl up and away and leave that last little end of hair out. And pull to soften that curl. Okay, and now I'm gonna do this crown section of my head. My hair doesn't really part that far forward, but I like to curl it as if it does, just because it creates even that much more movement for the hair. Kind of tuck it away how you want it. While your hair is still hot after you've curled it, you can kind of, if it's not laying exactly how you want it, you can kind of tweak it to lay exactly how you want it. So then I'll curl this one the other direction. I try to do my whole head with my dominant hand, my right hand. And if you can do that, I think that's the best way to do it. If you can't, you can always switch hands. It just takes a little bit more practice. I've had a lot of practice, so it's not as hard. I'm gonna part my hair way further towards the middle than I'm actually gonna wear it. That's one of the tricks to this hairstyle. Yeah, trying to figure out how to use my dominant hand, and it wasn't working, so I just switched hands. So curling this one backwards, away from the face, and this next piece I'll curl towards my face. A little bit down. Lots of different directions these curls will go. And then this front section, I'm going to divide it into two sections, but I will curl them both the same as if they're right in front of my face. I'll curl them away from my face and pull on those to make them a little bit softer. Still over directing the hair though. Warm up the whole hair so we don't have any creases. And I'll unclip that other side. And then I'm going to curl this section of hair as if I were going to wear it, like where it's parted, but I will flip the part at the very end. So just curl it like you normally would the rest of your hair. Back and then forward, and then the front section you're still going to curl away from your face. So I didn't like the way this curl was laying, so while the hair was still hot, I went ahead and wrapped it around the curling iron again. Just kind of warmed up that whole piece of hair and then pulled the hair taut so it would still stay a little bit straight. While your hair's still hot, if you've curled it and you don't like the way it's curled, you can go ahead and curl it again in a different direction. As long as the hair's still warm, it should work. You can't do it too many times, and if you wait until the hair's cooled, it's a lot harder to do. But while the hair's still warm, you can tweak that curl a little bit. So this front section, I will over direct once again and curl up and away from my face, pretending like I'm gonna wear it where it's parted. Take it out and pull it. I like to twist it and pull it just to keep that curl, but also soften it just a bit. So then I'll spray with this KMS spray wax. I would spray probably every other section in my hair. If you don't have any spray wax, I would definitely recommend getting your hands on some. That stuff is amazing. I like it better than I like hairspray. It gives you just as good of hold, but none of the stickiness or anything. So then I will go ahead and part my hair just with my fingers where I actually want to wear it. So now I have a couple pieces on the top that are laying just a little bit differently, and in the very front it's going an opposite direction than the rest of my hair, which actually gives it a little bit more of that disheveled look that I'm going for. And it looks a little bit more natural as well, because most of us aren't blessed with naturally curly hair that curls away from our face. And that's okay. We just want to make sure that it lays the way we want it to and it's not like hitting us right in the face. So by curling that piece on the other side of your head and then flipping it over, it makes it lay a lot softer on top of your head. So, and it looks, like I said, it looks a little bit Julianne Hough-like on the top, which I was really digging. Who didn't love her short little bob that she had? So then I'm just going through and fixing a couple pieces that were a little too curly for me, or fixing the way that they laid, just with a straightening iron. If there are any pieces in the back that are sticking out that I didn't like, I go ahead and fix those. And this style is really great to wear a couple days in a row if you're not too crazy of a sleeper. And even if you are, you can totally fix the curls with a flat iron or the wand again the next day. But I seriously will wear this hair for like 3 days in a row, and it makes getting ready so much easier. Just go through with a flat iron and fix a few pieces. So there you go. It's the beach wave bob that I have been loving lately. Go ahead and give it a try and let me know how it goes. Subscribe if you want to see some more videos and hair tutorials and all that good stuff. Alright, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.